Welcome to this POSSE training video. In this video, we'll be showing you 5 helpful tips on how to use the browser more effectively to be quicker and more efficient in your work in POSSE Web. Let's get started. Now, the first browser tip is to use multiple tabs and multiple windows. Let's demonstrate that by going to the to-do list. Now, anywhere in POSSE that you see these green play buttons, you can choose to right-click them and choose either Open Link in New Tab or Open Link in New Window. If I choose Open Link in New Tab, it's going to pull up this print building permit application process that's assigned to me, but it's going to leave this tab here on the to-do list while opening a second tab here that shows me the building permit, and then it shows me that particular process. If I wanted to go back to the to-do list, I can just go right back by clicking on that tab, and I now have both tabs open, available to me. Now from the to-do list, we can do the same thing again. We could select a different process, open link in new tab, and again it opens in a third tab this time. And we now have both of these processes as well as the to-do list open at the same time, and it's quick to jump between which one we want to look at. You can do the same thing with the open link in new window. Once it loads, it's now created a brand new browser window separate from my first one that I can move around, slide to a separate monitor, or whatever I'd like to do. I'll just close this out. The second browser tip is to reorder and organize your tabs in Google Chrome. You can do that by clicking each tab and sliding them into the order that you'd like to see them. You can also click and drag these tabs all the way out of the top bar into their own window. From here, you can now view this one completely separately from the original window that we had. We could even move this to another monitor or slide this into half of the screen and view a different window in the other half. All those options are available to us. If you'd like to combine two windows together, you can just simply grab the tab header and slide it back into the top header of a pre-existing window. The third browser tip is to share URLs by using copy-paste. We can do that by finding a URL we might want to send to someone. So if we wanted to have another coworker look at this exact screen, we could click in the top bar and use the Control-C shortcut, or right-click copy, and send them this link by pasting it in an email. Then when they open it up or copy it into their own tab, they can then press enter, and it will take them to view the exact same screen that you are viewing. Another helpful feature that we get because we're inside of a browser is the back button. So for example, if I was on my to-do list and I clicked on a particular process, but then realized this isn't the one I wanted to click on, I can immediately go back to the last thing I was viewing by clicking the back button. This can be extended even further by right-clicking the back button. Doing so will show you the last few items you've had in your history of other things you've viewed within your browser. I can use this to quickly pick out something I might have been working on a while back. Maybe this was from earlier today. Click on that one and take myself right to something that I was working on earlier. So a really quick way to navigate around and quickly find things that you may have been researching or looking at earlier in the day. The last feature that I want to show you is how to use the zoom feature. In a browser, if we select the menu in the top right, we'll see this zoom option. If we select minus, that will shrink the font and everything else to be smaller so we can fit more on a screen. And if we hit plus, it will expand the font and the sizing so that everything is easier to read. And that about does it for this video. To recap, we covered how to right-click on the green play buttons to create brand new tabs in Windows. We talked about how to reorder those tabs and pull them out into separate windows. We talked about how to use the back button, and we talked about how to copy URLs and paste them into emails, and we talked about how to use the zoom feature. That's about it.